Welcome to What's Gaming, episode 16. We're going live, so anyone could possibly be watching this, you never know. And we are discussing the Microsoft E3 press conference that just happened like a couple minutes ago. And today on the show we have Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hello, Phil. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
So you just watched the press conference?
I did. I watched it on television because the Boxy wouldn't stream GameTrailers.com because it had an old version of Flash.
So I ended up having to watch it on IGN because my internet was acting a little bit weird. So if you see my box being a little glitchy here on the stream, that's probably the reason. But yeah, so I ended up watching it on IGN, which just took the feed and made it like whatever speed the internet was acting up on. So sometimes I was getting 360p and sometimes I was getting 720p. It was annoying, to say the least. But that's not the thing we need to talk about. What we need to talk about is what happened during this E3 press conference. And I took notes during the thing, did the tweeting, so I would have all these notes of what happened. So we'll go down one by one, and we'll try to make this show about 15 minutes or less, but we'll see. So we began the press conference with Halo 4 trailer and a gameplay demo. What did you think of that demo?
Well, I mean, I don't play. I mean, I played Halo 3. I was really excited for Halo when it was first in development. It was supposed to be a Mac game. Bungie, I think they made Marathon. They were a Mac dev studio, and then Microsoft bought them and shut that down. So I didn't play 1 or 2, played 3, loved it, and 4 kind of looked just a lot like 3 with some new bad guys. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, to me, it's just more of the same Halo. I didn't see anything super special about it. I like the gun, that light gun thing that he picked up during the demo.
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool when it was like getting put together, weird, and I think it would be fun to play from what I've seen. But again, to me, it's just more Halo, nothing special.
Yeah, I can't even remember the name of the Halo shooter that came out after Halo 3, but I played that, and I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't think this is one. Halo 4, I don't think I'm going to set aside money to buy it because there was other cool stuff that I liked. So.
Yeah. Next thing that they showed off was a Splinter Cell demo. To me, it was like Splinter Cell meets Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's the one title I think that I'm going to buy based on that conference, because just that scene where he's climbing up the wall and he says, "Hey, buddy," and the guy turns around. That type of voice integration. That's really cool. I'm gonna buy that for sure.
Yeah. To me, what I thought was cool about it was the streamlined interactions when you're trying to battle these guys. It's like, oh, boom, 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 and then you're jumping over this playing, and that's what reminded me of Assassin's Creed, because you're doing all these actions in one full motion that looks very nice. I want to be able to do that. It looks great. I'd be happy to try that game out, even though I'm not a big fan of Splinter Cell games. Yeah, I'd be happy to try that.
I've never played a Splinter Cell before, but that one, that demo made me want to try it for sure.
All right, we go on to FIFA 13 was shown off. Not much was shown. It was just like, oh, look, it's FIFA 13. Yes, we're bringing out another one. Big surprise.
Yeah, I like that you swear and you get a yellow card. That was cool.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It is cool. Like, if you're playing multiplayer over the net and it picks up that stuff, I'm like, oh, you fucking bastard, you just scored on me, and then you get a yellow card for that. That would be amazing. Like,
yeah, that's cool.
And it's a good way to, like, if you're playing against strangers and they don't like swearing, well, that's a good way to curb that.
Yeah, very neat.
Okay, next thing that was shown was Madden 13, showing off calling plays with Kinect voice control.
I don't play football. I don't know much about it. It looked impressive, but...
Yeah, if you know the plays, I guess. If you know the plays, then yeah, sure. It would be awesome. If you're really into Madden football and you know all these plays and you can go, oh, 64-92 and go up the middle. I don't know. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, it just showed off that feature. We go on to Fable the Journey, which I like to call Fable Connect on Rails.
Oh, I hear it's up and down. They swear it's not on Rails. So.
It certainly looked like it was during that video.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not. I played Fable 3. I'm not really interested in Fable 4.
I like the Fable games, but like this looks stupid. This looks like I said, it looks like it's on Rails. Even if they take like one little bit of it and not put that on Rails, or say that it's not on Rails because you can go different paths while you're going on Rails. I don't want to hear it. It's like Star Wars Connect. I don't give a crap. I should, but I don't. Gears of War Judgment. What
is this Gears 5 now? Are they at 5? I've watched people play Gears of War, and it's really loud. It's not my thing.
Yeah, like I've never been into shooters, and I think I've told you that before. I told you that before today. It's just it doesn't do it for me. But yeah, I can see it being a big thing. They didn't show enough of it. Like, why not a big gameplay demo?
Yeah.
Forza Horizon being shown off comes out October 23rd. Have you played the last Forza game?
I played Forza 3, yes.
And what did you notice
4.
any differences?
Well, I mean, you get to take it off the closed tracks onto real streets. Looks like there's actual traffic on the streets headed towards you when you're driving. It looked kind of fun if you liked. If you wanted to take Forza and take it onto real streets. But,
yeah, and it looked like it was showing off night driving and different times of day, and it showed off some crashes. I like racing games, but I want to see some focus on Need for Speed. EA bought the guys who made Burnout. Correct?
Did they?
I believe so. I think Criterion or something. I don't know. But I'd like to see like Burnout versus Need for Speed. Actually take advantage of those two trademarks and use it, because you have a whole bunch of people who are Need for Speed fans. You have a whole bunch of people who are Burnout fans. Merge.
Yeah.
Now, you can't really do that with Forza, but Forza is a popular brand, and they're known for having a really great game. So I'm expecting it to be a pretty good game. I just never play it. It's not my type. Forza's more like a simulation. It's got some arcade in it, correct?
Yeah. It's. I mean, I played it with the wheel, and it was really fun that way. Like you actually get that sense of immersion when you actually feel like you're driving if you're sitting close enough to the screen. So I'd like to play it, but I probably won't spend my own money on it.
So we'll go into the next thing that was announced, which I completely thought of you when it was being announced. Bing search by genre and title via voice.
Finally, I guess it finally makes Bing useful to be able to do that. It was useless before, so.
I haven't used it because I haven't had an Xbox in a while, but could you not just say Bing Cloverfield before?
No, it just never worked. Like there was only a select few commands that you could access, and I mean it really only works if you're alone in the room and the room's quiet. So I think the feed froze. Oh no, there we go.
No. Yeah, there was some weird noise, but whatever. Now, what can you say about Bing search with genre? I guess if you like to use Bing, or if you like to use search on your Xbox, then this is a great thing for you, but like, who cares?
Well, it'll finally be useful now that they have that. Now that you can just say a game's title or a movie's title and have it show up, it's finally useful. So
that's good. They announced some new sports networks come into the thing, NBA Game Time, NHL Game Center, and ESPN Live TV, which is I think is the biggest thing, because you get all these ESPN channels live with the 24/7, and this is ushering in that huge thing that I think is the future, which is live TV via your internet.
Yeah, as long as you've got the most up-to-date version of Flash Player installed on your hardware, then yeah.
It shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I personally want to see WWE Network, which is coming out next year or end of this year, who knows. But I'd like to see them on Xbox. I would buy an Xbox for that. Just saying. That's
just to watch wrestling, you'd buy an Xbox, really?
Yeah, if it had the WWE Network, and it was like all these wrestling, all these WWE shows and such, yeah, I'd get an Xbox just for that. Okay, Xbox Music synchronizing to all devices.
I mean, I don't know.
That's it right there. It's
not that important to me. I've got my music on my MP3 player. That's how I listen to it. I don't need to synchronize it. So. Yeah.
If you have a Windows, I don't know if this is going to work on other devices. I didn't notice, but if you have a Windows phone and you have Xbox and you have your computer, and it synchronizes like, say, Apple does with their device, like how you can put it in what is it, AirPlay, or what is it called?
Yeah, AirPlay.
Then you just, like, on my iPhone in the past, I was able to use this service, and if I didn't have the music put on my phone, I could just download it right from the cloud. That's awesome, and it looks like that's what Microsoft is doing. So yeah, if you have all those things, sure, it'll be a great thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
Nike Plus Connect training. I think it looks really good, and it adds more social to your exercise routine. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I've done the Wii fitness games before, and what ends up happening, you play it for half an hour, and then you're done, and you realize, oh, now the room stinks like sweat. So that's, I don't know. I think people will try it out for a while, and they'll go, oh, man, this makes my house stink like sweat, so I'm going to just put it on the shelf and not play it anymore. But
you don't think that if you're doing these, aside from the sweat thing, if you're doing these exercises in your home, and it keeps on like having you compete against yourself, and then you have friends that are playing the same game or exercise thing, and you're competing against them, that won't make you want to exercise more?
Well, if the integration is really deep, like you don't even notice it, and you're able to compare achievements with your friends right in game and everything without having too much setup involved.
Yeah,
that'll be kind of fun. What
if they integrated their Nike Plus shoe thing and their Nike wristband, whatever that thing's called again, which I kind of want. That looks cool. What if they integrated all that into one? Like it all went to the same server, and then you could get all your analytics, all your stats in one place, no matter what you're looking at, whether you're going on your computer to look at your stats or you're going on your Xbox to look at your stats. What about that?
I mean, that's probably something that fitness aficionados would love to have, but it's not something that's going to make me go, oh, now I'm going to start buying these shoes and working out every day. So.
All right, we go on to probably what I think is the biggest announcement or feature at the conference, and that's Xbox Smart Glass, which I like to call Microsoft answer to Wii U.
Yeah, that probably rattled the Nintendo guys a bunch.
Not to mention Google, because of their glass technology, just because of the name.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you like it? Is it something that you're excited about? Because
I like the yes, I like it. It very much interests me. I'd love to see the media part of it, where it's like I'm taking my phone or tablet out and I'm watching the show, but I can then, when I get home, I can just transfer it to my Xbox or whatever device and play it there from where I left off. That's something I've been looking for as a streamlined interface for a while. Like cloud bookmarking for media is something I would love to see more embraced. Aside from that, what they showed in watching Game of Thrones, if you're watching Game of Thrones and something's happening and it shows where it is on the map or who this person is that's in the scene, because that show can get super confusing. If I can see all that stuff on the go, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Or it says, oh, we're in Winterfell, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, where is Winterfell again? And then you can see where it is compared and see, oh, look, it's saying the troops are moving this way. Well, I can't really understand where that is on a map of that whole place, so it'll show me on the device where the troops are moving and where everyone's camps are. I'd love that.
Yeah, it'll make it. Given the choice, I'd much rather watch it that way than just download an illegal torrent and watch it without it.
Oh yeah, true, for sure.
It's a good idea. I don't know how many people are going to support it and adopt that kind of thing.
And then the gaming aspect with it, it's just what Wii U would do. Really, like it's exactly the same.
Yeah. Again, it's going to cost a lot of money for the manufacturers to adopt that kind of thing and put it into the games.
Oh, you know they will though.
Yeah,
everyone has a phone.
AAA
Everyone
titles.
has a tablet. Well, most people. Why not use it?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not holding my breath though. I think it's going to be a while before people really start adopting that kind of thing into their games. So.
Next thing, Internet Explorer coming to Xbox. What did you think? I'm sure you have an opinion on this.
Well, I mean, I tried to watch on the Boxy. I tried to watch the stream on Boxy, and I couldn't. And I'm pretty sure if this was around, I'd be able. It's going to have Silverlight built in. I would have been able to watch it fine on the set-top box that way. So
I couldn't tell whether or not it was like a dumbed-down Internet Explorer that controls, like you can't go out on your own. You can only go to these certain areas.
No, I don't. I didn't see any evidence disproving that, but I really don't think they would do that. That would be useful to anybody.
If they mangled it, it would be like total backlash.
Yeah.
Okay, Tomb Raider coming to the Xbox and other devices, I believe. It has, it's like, to me, it's like Uncharted starring Lara Croft.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a neat demo. I mean, at the end of it, she seriously needed a med pack, but it's Uncharted kind of.
It looked good.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a lot of action, and I would love to play it and get like, whoa, 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 whoa. It would be fun.
Yeah.
Ascend New Gods, crossplay between 360 and Windows phones.
I didn't know about the crossplay thing. That kind of makes it interesting.
I don't know how they're going to cross-play this. I just don't understand how that's going to work, because I just don't get it. But it looks like a throwaway to me. It looks like they're trying to be, what's that game where he's climbing?
God of War?
No. Well, it's kind of like God of War. It's kind of like that game on iOS that is like hacking and slashing. Oh, I can't remember the title. Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, is it Ico? Not Ico. It's the old PS2 game where he's climbing these giants, trying to get to the top of them.
I don't know.
Anyway. In any case, it looks like a throwaway. No one's going to care. Like, I'd be surprised if it's a big deal. Then they showed Loco Cycle, showing nothing. It was just like this device can do this and that, and it graduated, blah, 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 and then it showed off this bicycle, Tron-esque bike type thing, and that's it. No gameplay, no nothing.
Yeah.
So I know nothing about this thing. I don't give a shit.
No.
Matter. Were you able to see that?
I don't know anything about that game. I thought it was like a new Portal when they were showing the trailer. I don't know what it is. What is it?
It looks like it's going to be a platformer puzzle game with this little orb guy, robot orb guy that looks like he's from Portal. And it's just going around these levels trying to get through.
All right.
It looks like a platform puzzler. That's all it looks like.
All right.
Then we have Resident Evil 6 gameplay. What did you think of Resident Evil 6?
I didn't know what it was when I was watching it. Just I'm embarrassed to admit, but I liked it. It looked okay. It's probably not something I'm going to spend money on, but it was fun to watch the trailer.
I thought that Resident Evil 6 was the start of the stop of run and gun, the start of run and gun, because Resident Evil in the past you could not run and gun at the same time. In this trailer, you could not run and gun at the same time. So what's the deal? Are we getting run and gun or not?
I don't know.
Yeah. If it has run and gun, it'll be the biggest new thing. But without run and gun, it's just another crappy Resident Evil 6 to me, or another Resident Evil game. I never liked Resident Evil games because there's no run and gun. I do not like having to run, stop, shoot, then run, stop, shoot. It's not realistic. It's annoying. Racketeer. It's Connect castle breaking, crashing, wrecking.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a demo, a Connect demo, technology demo.
If it were like $1 or $2, sure, I'd get it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, I don't know, I wouldn't buy it for like $10.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. No. South Park, Stick of Truth. What did you think, Steve?
I mean, I kind of groaned when I saw, oh, great, a South Park game. But I think the way they did it, by making you the new kid, and they turn around and they talk to you and stuff, that kind of looks fun. And if it's got a whole, like they said, if it's like watching an episode the way they showed it, it's going to be fun, I think.
Yeah, I think it looks great. To me, when I was watching it, my face lit up, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be good," because they said it's gonna be like RPG and like Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
Not to be mistaken with Racketeer. I'm just saying. But I think it's just gonna be an RPG meets Castle Crashers. It looks really fun. If you're a South Park fan, you're gonna totally enjoy this because it's going to fill in blanks in terms of what they said on stage, like the map of the city and it's going to be like watching the show for like, I don't know how long the game's going to be, 10, 20 hours.
Yeah, I haven't watched South Park in like 3 years, but this I would go out and buy a copy if.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do we know if it's just for Xbox?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I hope not, because I'm kind of a PlayStation fan. But I like them all, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I hope it's on PlayStation. Dance Central 3.
I had to ask my girlfriend. I was like, "Who's this guy Usher? I don't know who he is." So I wasn't that impressed by it. I mean, once you bring out the Beatles, you can't really top that. So I wasn't that impressed. Do you have the game right now? Are you practicing?
Yeah, I have Justin Bieber on the screen.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Usher owns Justin Bieber. I'm just saying.
My girlfriend said they're really good friends.
I think Nicole, is Justin Bieber owned by Usher? His protege. Anyway.
Protege? Oh.
I think Usher signed him to his record label or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking out of my ass. I'm just from what I remember. So yeah, Dance Central 3. They brought out Usher, like you said. That was a huge get for them. That's a newsmaker. Like,
Are a
you're
lot of
like,
gamers? Do gamers know who he is? Like, I'm like, who's this guy? I've never seen.
well, that's like saying, do people know who he is? Gamers are like more gamers now are all over the place. So yes, gamers know who he is. Usher's a huge name.
I guess I'm out of touch.
I listen to Usher. Just saying. I did enjoy it. I thought maybe he was having audio trouble because, yeah. But I was very impressed that he wasn't lip syncing, because that could be an easy event just to get away with lip syncing. And his dancing was good. So.
Was
it? Take my word for it, Steve. All right. So that was a big get, but who cares about Dance Central 3, honestly? Like, I'll just do a live show for everyone, and you can follow my dance moves. That'll work.
All right. Krista wants to get it. So we're probably going to get it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have fun. You got to take a video of that and just put it online.
It won't connect to that automatically? Won't it show me on a 640 by 480 camera dancing around?
See, that's one of my predictions that didn't happen because I wanted Connect to be upgraded to 720p. What happened?
Well, did you see Leap? The Leap technology?
Leap?
Yeah. Well, it's like it's a Connect-like technology, but it's got much finer resolution. Like it can recognize your individual fingers moving over a distance of 1/10 of a millimeter, kind of thing. Like I think Microsoft took a look at that and went, wow, we gotta ramp up for Connect 2 and make sure it's really good, or buy these guys or something, because Leap is really impressive. So.
Yeah, like you know that all this stuff is going into the next Xbox, and that's going to be announced next E3. So they're not. Yeah, I was kind of off on a lot of things in my predictions, and they were very hopeful.
They were hopeful. I was hoping for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that the handheld would likely not happen because that's just, again, hopeful. It's a future thing. I'm sure they're going to do it, or they're just going to skip it all together. But the Kinect thing just makes sense to me. But now that I think about it more, I could see it being just in the next Xbox. Like, why not just leave it out until a year or two down the line, and you have Kinect HD, all part of their Xbox HD or whatever the heck they call it.
Yeah, they need an upgrade of that Kinect thing. You're definitely right there, though. It's too low res. It's for kids right now.
And then we go into Call of Duty Black Ops 2 to close off the show. You're not a war fan, are you?
No, well, no. I mean, I played like Call of Duty 3. Like I actually bought it myself, and then since then, every year I get a copy of Call of Duty for Christmas from somebody. And it's kind of like, oh, well, I better play it now because somebody gave it to me. But it's not the one I'm asking for. Like, I'll usually ask for Battlefield 3, and then, here you go, it's Call of Duty, just like you asked for.
That's why you leave it in the plastic and you try to return it anywhere.
Oh.
If it's in the plastic, you can pretty much return it to, like, somewhere. I don't know.
Well, was there anything in the trailer that you thought was impressive? Like the Call of Duty they showed last year looked a lot better than this, I thought.
It looked good. It was very intense, very action-packed. You could not say that it was boring because it was just insane. But my question is it too much?
I don't think so. I think they could do a bit more.
Well, what do you do with the next game? Do you have, like, tornadoes while you're fighting? What? You have a hurricane on the battlefield?
That sounds awesome.
You get launched into space, you're fighting UFOs, and the sun explodes all at the same time.
That'd be awesome. Maybe that's what happens in this one, but at the end of the game.
Yeah, spoilers. So, what were you expecting? That was the end of the show, by the way. What were you expecting or hoping for that did not show up, did not happen at all, and you were like, darn?
It would probably be the only thing that I really thought needed to happen this year would have been the upgraded Kinect, but they didn't mention that at all. So
that would have been the sweet spot. That would have made me come away happy. Yeah. Instead, it was lame. Project Glass, I'm happy with. I'd like to see how that works out, but I don't see it being a big deal for another year or so. It's not coming out until fall anyway. And then, yeah, like I said, E3 next year, I expect Sony and Microsoft to announce their next-gen projects, or at least tease them.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Kinect was the big thing. Like I said, the handheld thing, it doesn't surprise me. I was hoping, but it doesn't surprise me. And, yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't anything about a price drop or anything like that to try to compete or anything, try to get even more sales, or a special limited edition Xbox announce. Usually they have one of these games tied into an Xbox release so that we can sell more Xboxes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they will anyway, like the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Xbox, or I would love to see a South Park box.
That'd be neat. South Park box for sure, yeah.
Or maybe Krista might make you buy a Dance Central box.
If I had to, I would, I would.
No, here's an idea for the future for Microsoft, if they're watching, which they're not. Bring out your device with an easy to switch out case. So the freaking nameplate issue was stupid. No one does that. And if you just did a box that you could switch out real easy, like $5 a box plate thing, you got something there.
Yeah.
People like to display their Xboxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, that's it. What else do you have in mind?
Your mobile Xbox thing that you're talking about.
Project Glass?
No. The handheld. Sorry.
Okay, handheld.
The handheld. With the new Windows Phone 7 or whatever they're calling it, at least for the indie games, the ones where you download and you write your own games and you put them on the Xbox. They've done it in a way that I can write the game once, and it'll work on either your Windows Phone 7 phone or on the 360. As provided you use the low-res graphics settings, you don't try to enable any kind of special shaders. One piece of source code is going to run on both devices, your Xbox and your phone. So.
But is this for only XBLA games?
Yeah, the Xbox Live indie games.
Okay.
And they've made the platforms very compatible. So.
That's good. That's promising.
Yeah, so they can. So really, they're just a step away from coming out with one of these phones that have thumbsticks on it, just like the Vita, and they've got it. So they're poised. They're ready to do it. So.
It's just getting it out there, and so will this work with Project Glass? Will it work where you're maybe not Project Glass, but will it work with these softwares? Like if I'm doing this tablet thing, or using it on my Android, like they said you could with Project Glass. Will I be able to play said game?
No, definitely not. Mm-hmm. You gotta have the Windows Phone 7 to play the game.
Unfortunate, because Windows Phone 7 is dying.
Well, I mean, let's hope it doesn't, because once they do come out with this handheld, they're going to have a software library already built up. Whereas, when the Vita came out, they had pretty much nothing. So.
Yeah, unless you're a big fan of what did come out, yeah. But we're going to get to that later tonight. Tonight is the Sony conference where there's going to be a huge lineup of Vita games, so
I hope so.
Stay tuned for that, Steve.
All right.
And that's it. That's it for our Microsoft E3 conference review live, where no one's watching, but that's okay.
Yes, thanks for not watching, everybody. Thanks.
They can watch after the fact. The whole point of doing these things live, to me, is to get it up on YouTube right away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, any last words on the conference?
I don't know who Usher is. That's my. That's all I have to say.
Out of 10, what's your review of the conference?
I mean, basing my rating on the previous E3s, it'd probably be a 5.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
5 for sure.
All right.
Because it's just there was a few smatterings of things that interest me. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Let's hope for Sony to give us something, or Ubisoft, or Electronic Arts, whatever's coming up. There's one at 4 o'clock coming up, so I'm going to watch that. I don't think we're going to do live shows for those. We're just going to do a live show for Sony and potentially Nintendo if I can do that tomorrow.
Okay.
But I don't know about that. But Sony for sure tonight.
Right on.
Are you going to be there for it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'll see you later, Steve.
All right.
Thanks for coming out. And do you have anything to plug?
Nothing. I'm busy working on it. So when it's ready, I'll talk about it.
All right. We'll have a big news story when he's done.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Steve. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Whatsgaming.com or allforgeek.com. Go there.
Do it.